My name is Sarah. I am going into third year of a medial with global development and politics. QBAS is kind of like a space for, like a safe space for Black students on campus, where you can kind of advance yourself and align yourself with other Black students who have the same kind of like mental space as you. QBAS launched this initiative where we posted on our Instagram page and Facebook and our other social media, obviously, where we said we will be donating $100 to these specific organizations, and we asked that other clubs do the same to match our donation. We tried to reach a number that wasn't like too expensive, because clubs are like on a budget like ours. We let the clubs like decide where they want to donate their money to. So for example, like if you were a clothing club, you'd maybe donate your money to like a Black clothing like organization initiative. As long as the money went to like an organization that was Black like people like based, then that was fine with us. And student like clubs were like really open to like showing us where they donated and like encouraging others to do the same. So like that was just amazing. We were overwhelmed by the amount of clubs that decided to join and like help out. I myself did not expect like that many clubs to like show support. I was really surprised, really touched, obviously. And as like the marketing kid, like our like followers like jumped, and like our engagement also jumped, and I was really surprised, but also like very thankful that people understood like the depth of this problem and like tried to help in ways that they can while they were locked down, if that made sense. The money was raised, like the first, I guess, 10 grand was raised in like 3 days. And then by the like week or week and a half, the school managed to raise, like the school clubs managed to raise about 30 grand. So yeah, it was fast. I by no means ran the whole thing. That would be a lot of work. I would love to get a loud shout out to the president and vice president who did the most work, like amazing. I can't even imagine, it was so much. I was behind like, making the posters and then drafting all like the kind of comments at the bottom of like the inbox or whatever, and then I'd run it by the rest of like the exec and see what they said about it. So it was a really big of like a cooperation and like a group thing, and it was not like one person doing the whole thing, because I would be so sorry if they did. It was a lot of work. But I was also on social media and like DMing and like talking to people who had questions, stuff like that. So yeah, that was like my job. And then the president, vice president went beyond that. From my personal experience at Queens, I think this was an issue that was like always at the back of people's like mind at Queens, like especially for like Indigenous students as well, who face a lot of like discrimination and racism at Queens. It was always like there, but it was easy to ignore. But now I feel like it's hard to ignore that students just can't, like they have to talk about it, and it kind of like forces them to like be an ally or like take this kind of like a side, but not really, if that makes sense. Like just be like the best student, like a Queens student you can. To your fellow peers. But yeah, I think it was always a discussion, but like it was more centered towards like what are the BIPOC students going to do about it, and not what the Queens society, the Queens community as a whole is going to do about it. So now it's like an issue that everyone has to face together. I do fear that like because of a lot of social media is like it's big in a week and then you forget about it, like stuff like that. But again, it is really depends on who you follow. So like if you make sure to follow those who are really loud and very open about like activism, then it won't become like a trend thing. So it's on you, like what you decide to do. But it's never like it's never a trend on purpose, like it kind of is like who makes into a trend, and then what are you doing about that. Also like had clubs who like after like the craze of donating or whatever was over, there still were some clubs who like decided to give money and stuff like that. So that I really did appreciate, and that kind of showed how like Queens didn't really see it as like a kind of 1 week period where like if you don't donate, you're not an ally, it's like it goes past this. So I really appreciate that for some clubs who like went over and beyond like that 1 week, who just like took time to educate themselves and then like donated money where they saw fit. That I really did appreciate. The most effective from what I've seen personally is that some clubs decide to donate not just one time, but like this is a set amount of money over a set amount of years. So it's not like a one-time forget thing. It's kind of like every year we'll remind you again that like this is important, and like throughout that year we'll make initiatives about that. So some clubs have like created initiatives centered around that, who are like for a week or stuff like that, where they want to like teach others, which I thought was really important. Yeah, there's some clubs also who like decided to post educational information on their Instagram. So yeah, the stuff like that went beyond just donating. Not that to say that donating wasn't important, it was like an amazing thing that people did, but how others kind of went forward and stretched it along a time period was really significant to me. I would just like to personally thank everyone who donated. all the clubs who like came together and donated to various donations because of our call to action. You literally like changed how I view Queens personally. So thank you so much for that. And I would also like to say like keep it up for other BIPOC groups on campus. And yeah, make sure it's not just a one-time thing. But other than that, like you guys like yeah, it was, I can't even bring to words how much that meant to me. But yeah, thank you.